Hey, what is up, you guys? FilmFan0599 here again, and welcome back to the Universe of the BlueTubers. And today on Universe of the BlueTubers, I'm going to be reviewing Auburn Wanderers' Desired Feelings. Now, Desired Feelings is the debut mixtape from Mr. Auburn Wanderer. And I was quite excited for this because, I know the man behind this himself. I'm very, very, very good friends with him. He's a very, very great friend of mine, and I was quite excited to hear what he had to offer with his debut mixtape. He's been very passionate about this, so I was very excited to see where he could go with this, and I will say I quite liked it a lot. I think he did a very good job with this. It is an electronic mixtape, in the veins of maybe something like maybe Daft Punk, if you want to say, like a very electronic mixtape, electronic vibe with it, and I quite liked it a lot. I think it's a very, very good mixtape. I quite enjoyed it a lot. This was very good in my opinion. So let's get into what I quite liked about this mixtape. First being, I do think the production is really great on this. I do think he did a really solid job with the production on here. I think a lot of the aesthetics and beats are really great to a lot of the songs. I really did think they fit well with a lot of the songs on this, especially with songs like Leopard or Detective Madness, Freebird. I think it fit a lot on this mixtape, and I think he did a very, very great job with it. Also, the concept of it, I really liked a lot. What I got out of it was a concept about a guy who is kind of going through a downward spiral. He's really kind of losing his insanity a little bit. And, kind of with the title of it, Desired Feelings, he's really desired for, these feelings. He really wants them, and it really shows a man going through kind of, his falling out. He's really kind of losing it, and that's what I really liked, and really tells that very well in this mixtape, in my opinion. And he does a really good job with that concept of really, telling the story of someone who's really, going through a lot, and, really, I guess you could say, falling on a downward spiral, like I said before, and it does a really solid job with that. So I think he did a really great job with that, and the songs on here are really great too. I really enjoyed a lot of them. Like I said, a lot of the aesthetics really, really fit a lot on this mixtape, and he does a really great job with them. Some of my favorites being Leopard, for example. Leopard is it's the longest song on the album. It's about, not album, mixtape, but I think it's 8 minutes and 36 seconds, I believe, and it really is great. It goes into multiple parts. I love songs that go into multiple parts, so I was a sucker for this. So, it really goes into multiple parts, and it really does fit well with this song. Like, I just love how multi-layered this song is, and it's definitely one of the best off of this, mixtape and everything. And then you got Detective Madness, which I think is my favorite off of this mixtape, and it really shows, it sounds like something you would hear in a video game, which is not a bad thing. That's not really a bad thing for me saying, and, it's not really supposed to be that happy of a track. I think really it shows that that's the song that really shows he's going insane, he's going crazy, and, you can definitely tell by the vibe of that song, like, it shows a man that is kind of losing his mind, going crazy, and I really like that a lot with the song. And, the aesthetics and the beats with that song were quite great, and I quite liked it a lot with that song. Also with something like The Rage, with The Rage, where it really shows, he's mad, he's angry, he's just so mad. And then when you get into the calm interlude, it's kind of like, he's calming down from that, he's coming down from the rage, he's like, let me take a breather, let me, calm down myself, I need to calm down a bit. And that's what I really got out of it with those two songs. Like, The Rage, he's mad, he's angry, he's just, he just wants to punch someone, right? And then the calm interlude is like, let me calm down, let me just, relax a bit, just, let me just calm down, sit, and just, rest my mind. Like, that's what I kind of got out of it with both of those tracks, and I think he kind of did a really solid job with that, and I quite liked that a lot. I really picked up on that. as soon as, even when I saw the track list, I saw the Rage, and, you know, it said the calm interlude, I was like, okay, I might know where that's going, and, you know, I really think he did a really great job of that. Or even something like Freebird, which is another great track as well. Even The Worst Loving, which, you know, I don't know how people are going to feel about the vocals, because there are vocals on this track. You know, some people might, I don't know if they will like it or not, but personally, I think it worked, because, you know, in this track, it's just really him just like, I'm done, just, you know, I'm just done. I give up. Like, it's kind of like that. You can hear in the distorted of his voice, you know, his distorted voice. That's what, I think it really worked for me, because that's what it felt like to me. Like, he's like, whatever, I'm done. You know, even though my one little issue with that song, maybe it's just a bit lengthy, but that's about it, really. I think the song is still really solid. I still quite enjoy it. So, yeah. A lot of the songs do really work on this for me. I do think a lot of the songs are personally great, in my opinion. I think he did do a really solid job. Now, in terms of issues that I have with it, I really don't have that many issues. There are really only 2 tracks I didn't really care for on this mixtape. Pretty Faces and the title track itself, Desired Feelings. I think were honestly the weakest tracks. Like, Pretty Faces, I honestly thought was boring to me. I didn't really dig that track a lot. And Desired Feelings was a little bit messy to me. I didn't really think that was all that great of a track, and also the track ends way too abruptly. Like, it's like you're sitting there, you're listening to it, and all of a sudden it just ends. Like, you know, like, it just ends all of a sudden. Like, I'm like, really? Like, you know, so, yeah, and it just goes into Detective Madness. So, yeah, those are really the only 2 tracks, and maybe the mixtape can feel a little bit lengthy. Maybe, you know, it can feel a little bit lengthy. I mean, it is 57 minutes, it's almost an hour long. There are some times where I do think it kind of feels a little bit lengthy, but that's really about it. That's the only issues, really. I really do think Auburn Wanderer did a really solid job with this. This is quite enjoyable. So, yeah, overall, I quite enjoyed Desired Feelings. This was a solid, you know, solid debut for Auburn Wanderer. I quite liked it a lot. So it's time for my official rating on Desired Feelings. My official rating on Desired Feelings is a 3.5 out of 5. I definitely think you all should check this out. I did quite like it a lot. It is a very solid mixtape in my opinion, and I did enjoy it. So it definitely deserves a 3.5 out of 5. So if you have listened to Desired Feelings, what did you think of it? Leave in the comment section below. I'm FilmFan0599, and we'll see you all later. Peace.